This is the rockin' Reverend Pontus back from Finland. Welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about Harley Benton basses. And some of you might wonder, why is a guitar player playing bass? Well, I started with bass in a very young age and played bass in different bands until 2005. It was in 2005 when I was playing in the band Skinny Molly that I founded with guitar player Mike Estes from Leonard Skinner, Dave Lubeck from Molly Hatchet, and Kurt Petro from Nashville, Tennessee, a great drummer. When Dave Lubeck got his old job back and got to join Molly Hatchet again. We had a good band. I loved playing bass, but when Dave left to be with Molly Hatchet, I took his spot as a guitar player, as a second guitar player, and Gary Nutt, known from Tangier, Cinderella, and Chubby Checkers band, came in on bass. But I still play bass every now and then, and I play bass on almost all my recordings, all my albums. But guitar is my main instrument today, but I love playing bass. But today we're gonna go over a little bit of the Harley Benton budget basses. The first one out here today, this just came in. It's the basic precision model that it's basically the cheapest line of Harley Benton basses. And I was surprised when I started to play this. This is straight out of the box. I have done nothing to it, and it sounds great. It sounds like a precision bass. It has all the features that a precision bass has. It stays in tune, and it has a nice sound to it. So I mean, I could go on gigs with this, no problem. And it's good for a beginner. It has not a fat neck. It's very friendly, a friendly neck. So this is a good bass. So let's listen to what this bass sounds like. There were some sound samples from this pretty easy, plain Harley Benton P bass for under 100 euros. It's pretty amazing that you can get a bass this good for that price. I recommend it both for beginners or for professionals who wants to have a rock and roll bass. It's a good bass to start with. It's a good bass to take with you on the road. You don't have to worry so much because you can always get another one really cheap. Next bass up is something else. This is my rock and roll bass. It didn't come like this, it was shining red, and it looked good. Here you see a picture of what it looks like when it comes from Tomon, where you order your Harley Benton basses. But I wanted a rock and roll bass just to grab and go play a rock and roll gig that looks raw and looks old. And this is heavy Relic, and it has a maple neck, 4-string old Telecaster precision copy, and a great bass. I have had this for a long time and done gigs with it, and I still think I have the original strings on it, and it's a wonderful bass to play for about 100 euros. And it's rock and roll. I mean, you plug it in, you play, and this one you can play really hard. And I like the pickup, I like everything on this bass, and you might not like what I did to it, but I love it. I just love this bass. It's been with me for I don't know, 4 or 5 years, and when we get on the road, we have always fun together. It has never let me down, and it's another one of Harley Benton's budget basses, but a good bass that I really recommend. It has a little bit thicker neck than the previous bass I showed, but this is a good one to play rock and roll with. It's a rock and roll bass. Well, this bass here is the B-450 Progressive Series from Harley Benton. I had this for, I don't know, a year, I guess 2 years. And it's an active bass that you can also play as passive bass. It's nothing that I fancy. I don't fancy the look of these kind of basses. I'm more the standard, the Thunderbird, precision jazz bass type of guy. But this is a very good bass when you record in the studio, because you have a lot of different options to work with the microphones and to adjust the sound as you want it for the song you're recording. I guess it's also good live. I've never played this live, and I don't know if I plan to take it on a gig, because I usually do rock and roll gigs, but it does blues, it does jazz, it does heavy metal, it does everything, because it has so many features that when you start to work out with this bass and learn how to operate these things, it's a wonderful bass that has a lot of sounds for around 150 euros. I like this chain. a good bass for the money, and it has a lot of bass to it because of you can do so much different things with it. You get a lot of different sounds, and it's an easy play. The neck is pretty smooth up here, so it's also a good bass for a beginner. And I mean, I like the bass. This is what I use in the studio, and all basses are on the records are played with this bass. So this is my studio bass. So if you're thinking about buying a bass, first bass or second bass or whatever bass, I recommend the Harley Benton bass, because if you don't like it, you can always send it back. I have never had to send a Harley Benton back because of any kind of issues. So I see that the quality check is really solid. So I really recommend the cheap one, the first bass I played. If you're going to start playing bass, you don't know for sure if you're going to play bass. It's under 100 euros, and I mean, you can't beat that deal. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed with your Harley Benton bass. I love these basses. I mean, they're cheap, but they're good. Next time we're gonna talk about the fusion guitars. I'm still waiting for one guitar to come in so that I can present the fusion guitars from 2 years back when they came and what they are today. The quality of Harley Benton has really increased the last 2 years, and it's such a blessing to be part of the Harley Benton family, and my Harley Benton family here at home is growing all the time. But thank you for watching, and see you soon again. God bless y'all.